Cop Dog is one of the worst cop movies I've ever seen. It's right up there with Kid Cop, Cop Out, and Cop Cop. Now normally I wouldn't ever review a fucking kids movie, except for Baby Stay Out, but this fucking movie deserves it just for sucking so much. Now after analyzing over 15,000 films on a suckability index chart, Cop Dog rated just slightly above another film with the 98.07 suck rating. It was this shot that put it over the edge to make it my next review. Ugh, I feel so dirty. I think I need to go take a shower with Barbra Streisand. Anywho, so this movie is horrible, shitty, and lazy. I mean, even when Cop and a half-assed it, it was still 3/4 cop. Wait, I gotta check my math on that. Carry the line. Times pi. Plus 2. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, it's good. Number 1. Cop Dog is neither a cop nor a dog. This movie barely qualifies as a movie that should be dignified with the title of Cop Dog. Why is that? Well, like I said, there's no cop or a dog in the movie. The dog's a fucking ghost. No, I'm not kidding you. The dog is dead, so it can't be a dog or a cop at that point. It can only be a ghost. What the fuck? If they made a movie about when my dead wife appears at the foot of my bed in the middle of the night whispering, "Revenge, revenge," it wouldn't be called Dollar Store Cashier Wife. It'd be called Fuck Off, Ghost. But I digress. I suppose he was a dog for a brief part of the movie, and he was a police dog. So he was a cop dog, I guess. But it's only for like 5 minutes of the movie or whatever. So anyway, Cop Dog is supposed to be like a kid's movie, I guess. I mean, look at the poster. It's about as misleading as you can get, because it looks like a sing-along video for babies. But they later changed the poster to look like this, so that the film would appear to be more about a cop dog and less about crap. Number 2, the plot. So this film starts off like most other normal kids movies do, with a trip to a graveyard. Little Billy, or whatever the fuck his name is, wants to visit his dad's dead body, even though he doesn't bother to get out of the car. And then the weird thing is that he wants to go every day.
Can we go again tomorrow?
But anyway, the mom talks to her dead husband's styrofoam headstone. I bet kids are loving this movie already, especially little kids with the dead parent. So to make this scene a little less creepy, they put a photo of the dad on the headstone. But it's like the worst photo ever. I mean, why did the filmmakers pick this? What about his official police photo or something? But then there's like this horribly distracting shape on the picture that looks like the symbol for the pause button. What the hell is that? Is that a reflection? So Billy's recently deceased father was a cop, and his partner was, of course, the cop dog, who was suffering from post-partner depression. Get it? I said get it? In an effort to never let her son stop dwelling on the death of his father, the mom now takes the boy to see the father's police dog for no reason at all. Now, I don't know what kind of breed this dog is, but it looks like some kind of mutt. Cop dogs are usually German shepherds, unless they're tracking dogs or bloodhounds or whatever. But a German shepherd probably wouldn't care that the dad died, and would probably try to rip this kid's fucking face off when he touched him.
You make any doggy friends?
But for the sake of the movie, it's a fluffy, wimpy family dog bullshit dog.
Solve any crimes lately?
Solve any crimes lately? What? Police dogs don't solve crimes, you fucking stupid idiot. So instead of getting her metrosexual son a haircut and slapping him across the face, the mom agrees to let Billy adopt Marlo the cop dog or whatever.
Okay then.
Yes.
This will do nothing but remind little Johnny every day that his father is dead. Having fun yet, kids? Anyone want to go back to the graveyard? So they take Marlo home and the dog immediately starts to cause problems like well-trained police dogs generally do. He tears up the couch, and then eats the mom's shoe.
I need that shoe.
Yeah, what? Oh, you just don't need one shoe? So then Marlo finds the father's death shrine, which is left illuminated 24 hours a day. And we learn more about the dead father when the film becomes a horrible Prozac ad. We learn that the father liked cliched-looking vintage crime-solving books and was also some kind of childlike retard based on his handwriting. At least he spelled all the words right. But for the love of God, who made this movie? Oh. I mean, first the fucking pause button, and now this? It looks like a 6-year-old wrote it. Anyway, back to death and depression. This is worse than Star Trek Nemesis. Number 3. Look out! Ghost! So Billy's uncle just happens to be a ghost expert and brings along photographic evidence that ghosts exist. But nobody's impressed. Whatever, idiot, I'm cooking pasta. His dialogue provides convenient information about how spirits can be trapped on Earth by ghostly chains, unable to pass on after death because of immense sadness and guilt.
Yeah, but it's not like living. I mean, if they don't resolve whatever it is that binds them to this world, I mean, they're going to forget everything.
This sets up what is laughingly to be called our plot. Something about the dad's death and the kid dealing with it or finding out who killed him or whatever. Really? I thought this movie was gonna be about a cop dog. Wait, let's stop for a moment and take a look at this plague on our nation. No, I'm not talking about Kesha. I'm talking about kids' movies. There's a lot of cheap kitty pet movies. They're the biggest direct-to-dumpster genre right next to horror films. They'll slap this crap together and put on a picture of a fucking dog on the cover and then call it something like, well, Cop Dog, to get dumb parents to rent it for their dumb kids. I think this film was originally called Marlowe and was intended to be directed by Todd Solondz, but instead they said, the script has something to do with the dog. Let's just call it Cop Dog, without realizing that the script was supposed to be a dark psychological thriller. I can see why Amazon user Kathy said this.
Heartwarming? Yeah, right. My daughter, who's 10, freaked out when she saw Marlowe get hit by a car and killed, especially since that happened to one of our dogs a few years ago. Then the dog is a ghost, and there's some sort of time limit before something bad happens. Now she's freaking out again, afraid she'll have nightmares. I didn't read very far into the plot synopsis, so I didn't realize the dog got killed. Had I known that, I would have never rented it. PG doesn't necessarily mean good sense or actually appropriate for sensitive kids, motherfucker!
What kind of an idiot would take the time to review a children's movie anyways? You must be a real stupid asshole. You see, there's an endless stream of this dog crap coming out of every hole possible. Let's look at some now. There's Cool Dog, Doggone, The Dog Father, Soccer Dog, European Cup, Firehouse Dog, Karate Dog, Telemarketer Dog, Monster Mutt, Santa Paws, Dog Detective, Ghost Dog, Good Boy, Administrative Services Manager Dog, Beethoven, Beethoven's second, Beethoven's third, Beethoven's fourth, Beethoven's fifth, Beethoven's Big Break, Space Buddies, Snow Buddies, Rusty, Frank, Sheba, Chestnut, Bingo, and Cebu's. What? The Retrievers. My Magic Dog, the dog who saved Christmas, the dog who ruined Christmas, the dog that got shot out back for ruining Christmas. These movies all tend to be pretty similar, and I'm now going to go through all the similarities in excruciating detail. Each star a dumb kid, usually a limp-wristed, pussy Hollywood actor boy with the metrosexual haircut who has a recently deceased parent. In Cool Dog, the boy's mother is dead. Same with Firehouse Dog.
Captain Fahey speaking.
Hey, that ain't Captain Fahey, that's Captain Pike. They got the name wrong. But in Cop Dog, it's the dad who's dead.
Give me the ball!
However, in Soccer... hey, wait a minute, you know what? To save time, I'm just going to talk about all these movies at once. Ready?
Soccer
Dog
is
is
a
dog
dog
who
who's
dog
taken
takes
from
from
the
the police station.
But
He has a dog family dog on a escape. When the family thinks the stray dog for no reason, he's really good at cool tricks and how cares going. Oh wow, what a horrible idea it was to do that. Because I totally forgot to include Karate Dog and Santa Paws. Santa Paws is a dog who takes from the police station. But he has a dog family dog on a escape. When the family thinks the stray dog for no reason, he's really good at cool tricks and how cares going. However, despite the similarities in the details, most of these movies are at the very least what their title implies. Take Soccer Dog, for example. Soccer Dog is about a dog that plays soccer. There's no weird exorcist crap in it. And most importantly, Soccer Dog never gets hit by a car and dies. He plays fucking soccer. A goddamn firehouse dog takes place in a firehouse, and the dog becomes a firehouse dog. You get it? Gee, I wasn't expecting that from a movie called Firehouse Dog. Fuck. My problem with Cop Dog is that it's a totally misleading title. The kid and his older girlfriend do all the investigating. And what they do is stupid and makes no sense anyways. This is too much to think about when I've had drinks. Number 4. The crime that Cop Dog has no part in solving. So Corinne Nemec plays the lead villain in this movie, which now proves that eventually Parker Lewis can lose. So this guy and his buddy have been robbing homes in the neighborhood.
I mean, he could protect us from all those burglaries.
And then hiding some of the valuables in this thing in the woods underground that they have a key for. And then also hiding stolen things that are bigger inside this warehouse building that's nearby. It's also right near where the dad got killed by them investigating this very same series of crimes.
This is where my dad died. Oh.
We established this fact by having Marlowe lead us right to the scene of the crime. Not because Marlowe's a police dog, but because they established that Marlowe has a case of the not gaze by having a female dog appear out of nowhere for no reason. You see, I know it's a female dog because it has little pink ribbons on its head. We wouldn't want to give the impression that Marlowe was a gay, would we? Even in other dog movies, they still feel the need to have that scene where the dog sees like a girl dog and is sexually attracted to her or something. I mean, can't they leave the sex stuff out of a kid's movie? I mean, kids have up until they're 8 to start having sex. Leave them with those precious few years of innocence, for God's sake. By the way, how does a dog tell what gender another dog is? They all look the same to me. Is it when they sniff each other's booties? Can they smell a female dog's cunt? It's like when I go out to the club and I see a nice lady. I don't know she's a tranny until I rip her skirt off in the alley. Anyway, so Marlowe chases after the female dog, but then runs past the dog he's chasing for some reason. Jesus Christ, who is this dog's trainer? Michael Vick? Did you get that joke? It's because Michael Vick would often throw passes that will go well ahead of the intended receiver. Anyway, so the wooded area where the dad was killed is within walking distance of their house. And right off the bat in the movie, we learn that the criminals killed the dad, even taking his hat. And that they hang around this area, because the one guy keeps sticking his chewed gum all over the tree right next to their secret hiding place. They also keep all the other stolen goods in a building that's nearby as well. So if the real cops couldn't figure this one out, then the movie needs a cop dog, right? That's right, cop dog. Chase those criminals down. Take them into the station and have them... Oh, he just got hit by a car.
Go get him some water!
Kid, he needs like an emergency helicopter evac and a trauma surgeon, not just water.
Hurry, he needs water!
What is it about the water? He got hit by a fucking car. So Bobby's new friend is now dead and he has to attend yet another funeral. A great idea, Mom. Maybe when you decided to adopt Marlowe, it was the Appletini talking, eh? This review is sponsored by Applebee's. Proudly serving shitty food and weak alcoholic drinks to fat middle-aged moms everywhere.
Motherfucker!
Anyway, Johnny is given a magic Jesus whistle that was Marlowe's and causes him to come back to life, or causes his ghost to come back and then do nothing at all. The kid then teams up with some girl and they begin to investigate the dad's unsolved murder because the police have forgotten about the case. Typically, unsolved cop murders are low priority to a police department. So the girl thinks the kid is nuts for seeing a ghost cop dog.
Marlowe. Robbie.
And even though she hasn't yet had her first period, she decides to help him anyways. So this is why Cop Dog makes me want to punch something. It's not necessarily because there is no cop or dog in the film. It's because it's played out as a crime mystery movie that these intrepid little jerks try to solve. but they tell us what happened in the beginning. Typically, the audience is not told what the mystery is in a fucking mystery movie. There's no mystery and there's no cop dog, so it's fucking boring. So then we gotta sit through this stupid shit. So they have this convoluted plan to gather up all this chewed gum from the crime scene where they saw the robbers at. Then they go and somehow get all the past receipts from convenience stores in the area.
Hey, we were wondering if we could have copies of your receipts for the past couple weeks.
I didn't even know they would do that. Just give out all the receipts from the past couple of weeks to just some stupid kids. Then they collect up the chewed gum, buy many different kinds of new gum available at the store, figure out what gum is what and was bought where and when. Then they stake out the store to see who comes back at the same time to get more of the same gum. Well, who's to say this person doesn't come back ever, or at a totally different time, or get gum at a different store, or decide not to chew gum anymore, or maybe decide to get new gum that he never tried before, or just leave town altogether. And I can't even follow this plot, but in order to figure out what gum is the gum that is the gum, they need to chew it and taste it for some reason. This is the gist of their plan, and I guess the scene is supposed to be funny or whatever.
See? It's not so bad.
But it's just strange, and it goes on for way too long. Meanwhile, Marlo the cop dog looks out the window, and then later is bored and falls asleep. If you're gonna have a cop dog, then have a cop dog. This isn't Bored Dog. By the way, why are all these kids' movies about dogs and never cats? Cats are always the villains, like the Siamese twins cats.
We are Siamese, if you please.
Kitty galore, creepy things like the Cheshire Cat, or the much bigger cats that they put in musicals. You never see like a cat cop movie. Why? Why not? Well, I guess it's because cats are fucking creepy. Also, dogs can be trained. Cats won't give you the time of day. In fact, the only sort of video you can make with them is something like Jingle Cats. And even then, they just sit there bored and looking at you like you're an idiot for putting them in a video like this. But in this situation, they're probably right. My cat, however, will have the starring role in my new instructional cooking video called Eating Pussy, a guide to preparing feline meat. Let me show you a clip from the first video I'm working on now. Part 1, Preparing the Pussy. First you gotta take a cat, and it's gotta be alive because then it's the freshest meat. Then you gotta shove it under the saw and fucking cut it apart. And cut its head off. Part 2, Meat Preparation. After the saw part, you'll have quite the mess on your hands. You'll need to try to separate the fur and the bones from the delicious meat.
You must tell the doctors what you are doing.
What? Don't talk to me now. Make my instructional cooking video. Stop talking in my ear. Stop it! So back to Cop Dog. The kid finds the building where the criminals all hide their stolen goods.
Everything inside there looked like it had been stolen.
Johnny is so lazy that he pushes his weight on the poor girl to help him stand up. They lead the cops to the building, but they don't really care, or they don't bother to match any of the stuff inside with descriptions of items that were reported stolen.
Looked like isn't really the kind of evidence that we can use.
Who wants to solve a crime? Not cops. And this cop is so stupid that he thinks these two dudes live together inside this storage building in the woods.
And even if these guys are hiding stolen property, they're not gonna keep it where they live.
It's time for the cop dog to solve this Oh. Then the mom talks to his shirt and smells it. Then the robbers sneak into their house to try to get their key back to the thing in the woods. When they're inside the house, they steal a pizza coupon.
Pizza.
And then a jar of chocolate sauce for no reason that was left out on the counter. The kid realizes the criminals were in the house, and also that it's the 1-year anniversary of his dad's death, which somehow adds a ticking clock element to the script, even though it doesn't. Because something happens on the 1-year anniversary that makes no sense, like the cop dog vanishes or something.
Pioneer Day.
Less than a week.
You have to resolve this by then, Robbie. You have to resolve it, or else Marlo will be lost.
So the kid and the little girl have very little time to stop the robbers from doing something. I don't even know why the robbers just don't leave town already. So the kids sneak into the house with no plan whatsoever, and the dog jumps through people, and then they do this pointless puppet show to pretend they're a ghost. And then something happens, and then the criminals are caught somehow. But the real story in Cop Dog is about Tommy learning to let his dad go.
I mean, I didn't mean to hurt you. I couldn't lose you again, Dad.
Dad?
I mean Marlo.
And to also let Marlo go. And to eventually let his mom go after she's murdered in the Applebee's parking lot. Then Timmy has his Oscar moment when he says goodbye to Marlo.
I knew you had to go. I always knew. It's just... I'm gonna miss you, Marlo.
And leaves him with a very special message to carry on.
Where you're going. If you see my dad, can you just tell him?
Oh,
Marlo, wait!
Marlo just ran away. Then the dad's ghost appears and turns into a spirit thing or something. But all the mom can think about is...
I figured you'd be needing it more than me now, Dad. Trust me, that boy gets into all sorts of trouble.
Is he talking to a headstone?
But
Doesn't he know they don't talk back? So at the end, Johnny gets a new puppy, which the film implies that Marlo is the father of, because Marlo... Wait a minute. No one said anything about a puppy. I love puppies. Puppies are great. The fact that there's a puppy in this movie makes it suck a little bit less. I'm gonna have to recalculate my movie suckability index chart. Okay, I gotta put on my reading glasses first. Okay, gotta add in the puppy factor. Plus 2 times square root of pi. 56.92.986 multiplied by the factor of puppy added to the Cop Dog equation. And then equals. Oh. Oh? Oh. I don't even know who I am anymore. Fuck me. Oh.